Welcome back, everybody, to the Players Assist. And this week, we're talking about how parents just don't understand. Now, before you log off, let me explain what we're going to be talking about. There are certain times in the game where you don't understand the why of why coach made the decision he made, and so he wants to go into some of his techniques and some of his thought process, so that maybe it won't seem so personal, it won't seem so offhanded, it won't seem so out of so you won't seem so blindsided about some of the decisions that coaches make on the spot in the game. So the first one you said is called situational coaching. What is that?
Yeah, so most most coaches don't coach this way, from what I can tell, at the amateur level. At the higher levels, they do.
Okay.
And basically, what situational coaching is hey, I just subbed the kid in the game, and then he's been in the game for, let's say, 10 seconds. The other coach subs his best two ball handlers out. So now I'm thinking maybe we should press, but the kid that I just subbed in the game, that's not his forte.
Mm-hmm.
So I sub him right back out the game. So now the parents think, hold on, he was just in for 10 seconds.
What
What
did
did he
you do
do
wrong?
wrong?
I knew it. Mm-hmm.
He didn't do anything wrong. He doesn't run a 4-3-40.
The situation changed, so the
Sit-
play had to change. The players on the court had
And
to
the
change.
personnel had to change for us to take advantage of that moment, because those guards are coming back in, and we got to, seize that moment when it happens. And I don't think a lot of coaches are willing to do that. I think most coaches have in their head, I want to change it, but I just put him in the game 10 seconds
And I don't
ago.
want the backlash.
I don't want the backlash. So a respectable amount of time to keep him in the game is 3 or 4 minutes, and then I could sub him in. And I think a lot of coaches miss opportunities when they think like that, because you got to remember, you're coaching a team. You can't afford to coach individuals.
And high level coaches do this all the time because they
Oh
don't have to
yeah,
deal with parents.
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's their job literally depends on them winning games,
Okay.
and most parents aren't dealing with kids who have played at that level. So I get it. It's foreign to them. So unless they're informed on it, they're gonna think whatever they typically think when that happens.
Okay. So parents, sometimes your kid didn't do anything wrong. Just roll. If you trust the coach, roll with the different plays, even if that means your kid was only in there for 17 seconds and he had to make an adjustment. Sometimes that happens. Number two, and parents just don't understand. You said they don't understand that you don't pay to play.
Well, you do, or you can, but you'll get to a level where you just pay and you hope they play. Like that,
So
there
you're
comes a
saying this is
level.
not the YMCA?
If you're playing at the rec or the Y,
Mm-hmm.
when you pay, I think there's rules where you are supposed to play a certain amount of time or certain quarters, or something like that. So you're
Okay.
allotted time just by signing up. And then, you have some coaches who don't want to deal with the backlash of playing time. So all they do is platoon sub.
Platoon.
Yeah. So they'll sub in 5 guys, and at the 4 minute mark, you five go in. And
I've
so,
seen that. I feel like
yeah.
Lord, yeah, I've seen that.
Well, it's just a way to keep the parents off your back, in my opinion, unless you have a special team that's even and there's reasons to do that. But most coaches do it because they don't want to deal with the parents. Hey, I pay
Oh,
everybody evenly.
what y'all doing to these coaches?
Well, and it doesn't teach kids to work harder. It teaches them to inherit. They're given something, they're given time without actually earning that. I don't think that's healthy for anybody. I think you should use sports to earn what you get. Hey, I set goals. I want to get more playing time. So what do you have to do? I have to work harder. I don't think that technique teaches that. So,
Especially after a certain age.
yeah. Oh, well, true. But if you're trying out and you have to earn a spot on the team, I would say your mentality should be, if I have to earn my spot on the team, I also have to earn my time. That's a better way to look at it. And most people don't understand that. So they think they're still in a pay to play league,
Mm.
and that league has changed. And if you still have that mentality when you're playing AAU or high school ball, you're probably going to be a frustrated parent.
Oh, and this is hopefully don't let this frustrate you. Just help your kid get better and get more playing time. That's all. That's what we got to do.
That's it.
And we talk about that stuff in other segments too. So we're still giving you opportunity. Understand number three is they don't value anything outside of scoring, and I know that's why one that irks you.
Well, yeah, I wish they knew more. I wish they'd ask. I wish they'd get more information.
Which
And
is why we're doing this. Which
yeah,
is why we're
exactly.
doing this.
So one of the things is, like, because the parent may not know a lot about sports or how to actually win games, they think scoring is the only thing that matters, and there's a lot more to it. Look, I could Larry Bird.
Mm-hmm.
He is he probably still to this day can shoot better than 95% of the NBA players.
Oh, wow.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Why can't he play in the NBA? Well, he probably can't rebound. well, he probably can't run in transition. He probably can't
Knees probably
defend
what they
that
used to
well.
be.
Yeah. So could there be a chance that your kid is, not good at these things? Not just like Larry Bird because of age, but just, he plays like he has the bone density of a 65-year-old.
Great shooter, but
So the reason an all-time great who's elite at shooting can't play in the NBA is because he has shortcomings now because of his age. Well, players have shortcomings. It might not be because of age, but there's still shortcomings. There's a chance that even though your player can shoot, he can't do a lot of the other winning things yet. And a lot of parents, they don't go in the backyard and work on their defensive slides or their reading. They just work on more shooting. And it's like, no, your weaknesses keep you off the court and your strengths put you on it. Will make you, maybe your weaknesses are outweighing your strength.
ooh, thought food to consider. Okay, what's the word? I can't even. How am I trying to say?
Food for thought.
Food for thought. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, maybe that's it. Number 4 for parents just to understand. They don't value efficiency. What does that mean?
Yeah, and I don't think all coaches know this, but the ones that do, they have a plan on how they're gonna defend the ball and how they're gonna score. Like it's the kid's job to get on the coach's page and what he values. Here's a simple analytic. There's a bunch of them, but here's one. The highest percentage shot in basketball is free throws.
Okay.
All right. So does your kid get to the line and shoot the most efficient shot?
Is he drawing fouls?
Well, if you're shooting jump shots, probably not.
Okay.
Then the next most efficient is layups.
Okay.
All right. So the way you get that is maybe you get steals in open court, easy layup. Maybe you get a lot of offensive rebounds. That's another way to get layups. And because you're at the rim, you still run the chance of getting fouled and getting to the free throw line. Those are the teams that typically win. And then you got, are you the best shooter? And that's the third highest percentage shot in basketball is the corner three. And a lot of players just focus on that third highest percentage. But you have players that are getting steals and layups and getting to the free throw line. So they don't understand the efficiency of the shot that their kid is taking. And even if their kid is a good shooter in empty gym, in the game you have people running at you. So if they don't understand shot selection, they're really not quite as good of a three-point shooter as they may think they are. So I would look to understand efficiency so I could think about, you know what, when I go in my backyard, maybe I need to work on these other things that are more valuable than just shooting.
That makes sense. And it's weird because so you're basically saying sometimes the best shooter is not how you win the game. Even though that math don't seem to math, the best shooter isn't how you always win.
No. And I mean, I can name a bunch of things that can win a game before shooting does.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, 0.5 decisions, being able to draw fouls like we talked about, being able to defend.
You can really name it. Okay,
exactly.
I didn't you.
Oh,
they
okay.
believe. Okay, so sometimes sometimes you just don't value efficiency. So maybe that's what coach is doing. Maybe he needs people who get those higher percentage shots on the court right now. Maybe that's what it is. And the fifth and final one of parents just don't understand is sometimes you don't value defense and possessions.
Right.
And those are highly important.
Yeah. So to me, the most important thing to me is possessions.
Okay.
So if you turn the ball over a lot, probably won't play as much.
Did you point at me?
Just in general, just hypothetical. If you have a really, really good defender that's picking up the ball, making teams start their offense at half court, you've made a whole team much less efficient. Another thing is possessions. If I could shoot the ball 60 times and the other team shoots the ball 45 times because we're getting steals, we also keep our possessions so we don't give them away so they take more shots, and then we're getting a bunch of rebounds, specifically offensive. Now we have a better chance of winning because we're getting 60 shots at the rim when they're only getting 45. So possessions is actually what wins games.
And everybody's only seeing the guy who made the shot and walked away, and not the guy who passed him the ball.
Not the person who stole it.
Stole the ball, passed the ball, got it. Like there's so many moving factors in there.
There's so many things that have to happen before the ball actually goes through the rim that
and sometimes they don't backtrack enough to see all that.
Exactly.
But it's your job to see it. So maybe trust the coach a little bit more. And these are the 5 things these are our 5 things for parents just to understand. So hopefully that'll help you when you have to address the coach in the future. Well, coach, you could ask them, maybe this is what was happening.
Yeah, and get understanding. That's what you should do.
Don't come in angry, hot and heavy.
Don't come with accusations. Come with
Mm.
mentality to understand.
Like, there you go. Here's why. So, all right. That's it for this week's segment of the Players Assist. Parents, now you understand a little bit more. Hopefully, that will help your being a hero parent going forward, supporting your team, supporting your players, supporting your coaches be a lot more easier this season. Happy hooping, everybody, and we'll see y'all next week on the Players Assist.